Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that even the things you once loved feel like a chore. Your energy is drained, motivation is gone, and every task feels monumental. You might push through the day, but deep down, you're just going through the motions. It's like you're stuck in quicksand. The harder you try, the deeper you sink. If you've been there, you're not alone. Burnout is more common than we think, and today we're diving into how to recognize it, overcome it, and prevent it in the future. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll feel equipped to regain control and rediscover your spark. Let's start with this. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly and subtly, often disguised as normal fatigue or stress. It's that lingering exhaustion, the mounting frustration, and the sense that you're just running on empty. Tasks that used to excite you now feel overwhelming. Even simple decisions can feel impossible. Have you noticed yourself feeling this way? Drop a comment below if this resonates with you. Awareness is the first step to tackling burnout, and sharing your experience might help someone else recognize their own signs. Burnout often comes from trying to do too much without enough rest or support. It's like running a marathon without ever stopping for water. I remember a time when I was juggling multiple projects, family responsibilities, and trying to maintain some semblance of a social life. At first, I thought I was just tired, but then it hit me. I'd completely lost my excitement for things I genuinely cared about. Even activities I used to love felt like obligations. That's when I realized I needed a change. Recognizing that I couldn't keep going at that pace was the turning point. Have you ever felt this way? If so, you're not alone. So, how do you recognize burnout in yourself? Here are some key signs to watch for. Physical exhaustion that doesn't go away, even with rest. You wake up feeling just as tired as when you went to bed. Emotional detachment or a lack of empathy. You might feel indifferent toward others, even those closest to you. A sense of cynicism or negativity creeping into your thoughts. Everything starts to feel pointless or irritating. Struggling to focus or get tasks done efficiently. It's like your brain is running on fumes. If any of these sound familiar, it's time to pause and evaluate what's going on in your life. Burnout doesn't make you weak. It's a signal that something needs to change. Once you've identified burnout, the next step is setting boundaries. This can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to saying yes to everything, but it's necessary for your well-being. Start small. Say no to one thing this week that you know will drain your energy. For example, I learned to turn down extra work assignments when I knew my plate was already full. At first, it felt strange, like I was letting people down. But over time, I realized that every no to something draining was a yes to my mental and physical health. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Let's talk self-care. And no, I'm not just talking about spa days or bubble baths, though those are nice. Self-care means prioritizing sleep, eating nourishing meals, moving your body, and making time for things that bring you joy. For me, it was as simple as taking a 15-minute walk every morning to clear my head. That small act gave me a sense of control and calm. Maybe for you, it's reading a book, gardening, or even just sitting quietly with a cup of coffee. What's one thing you could do this week to care for yourself? Share in the comments. I'd love to know. Your ideas might inspire someone else. Another key to overcoming burnout is reconnecting with what truly matters. Burnout can make life feel like an endless cycle of tasks, but it's important to step back and ask yourself, what are the things that light you up? Is it spending time with loved ones, creating something, or simply having quiet moments to reflect? Burnout often makes us lose sight of our purpose, but revisiting it can be incredibly grounding. For me, taking time to write down my priorities and values helped me remember why I was doing what I was doing in the first place. Try it for yourself. You might be surprised at what comes to the surface. Let's also address the role of support. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, trying to handle everything by yourself can make burnout worse. Share how you're feeling with a friend, family member, or even a therapist. When I opened up to a close friend about my struggles, I found not just support, but also practical advice that I hadn't considered before. They helped me see that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, but a way to take care of myself. Sometimes all it takes is someone else's perspective to help you see the way forward. Who in your life can you lean on? Reach out to them. You might be surprised by their response. Now let's shift gears to prevention. One of the best ways to avoid burnout in the future is to create a sustainable routine. This means balancing productivity with rest. Set realistic goals for yourself, and don't forget to celebrate small wins along the way. For example, I now block out one evening a week as me time. No work, no obligations, just time to recharge. It's become a ritual I look forward to, and it's made a huge difference in how I approach my week. What's one small change you could make to your routine to protect your energy? Let me know in the comments. Your insight could help others too. Another tip: regularly check in with yourself. Life moves fast, and it's easy to ignore how we're feeling until it's too late. Make it a habit to ask yourself, how am I really feeling? If something feels off, address it before it snowballs. Journaling can help here. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just jot down your thoughts for a few minutes each day. I've found that putting my feelings into words helps me process them and figure out what's really going on. You'd be surprised how much clarity this can bring. It's like having a conversation with yourself. Finally, let's talk about gratitude. When we're burnt out, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong, but shifting your perspective to what's going right can make a huge difference. Start small. Write down 3 things you're grateful for at the end of each day. They don't have to be big things. It could be as simple as a kind word from a friend, a sunny day, or a good meal. This simple practice helped me shift my mindset during tough times. Gratitude doesn't erase challenges, but it does help you find moments of joy and peace amid the chaos. Burnout is tough, but it's not permanent. With the right strategies and a commitment to prioritizing yourself, you can overcome it and come back even stronger. Remember, it's okay to take a step back to take care of yourself. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe to unlock your potential for more practical advice and inspiration. What's one thing you're taking away from this video? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.